The third area of the dashboard that we're going to look at is the dashboard home screen. This is the screen that you see when you first log into your Unbranded Space dashboard, but you can access it at any point by going into the left admin menu and going to dashboard and home, and then that will get you back to the screen that you see right here. The dashboard is something that we have designed which is available exclusively to Unbranded Space subscribers, and we have designed it so that you have quick and easy access to common features that you're going to want to use with your dashboard, but we've also introduced some new features that are available only to our Unbranded Space subscribers. We'll go through now and have a look at some of those. Before we look at what each of these items on the dashboard actually do, we'll look at how you can customize your dashboard layout. Each of these items in the dashboard are called widgets, and you can customize your widget layout by clicking on the small arrow at the top of each widget, which will allow you to compact down each widget, which is particularly useful if you're working on a small screen. But we can also drag our widgets around the screen by clicking and dragging over the title of the widget, and this will allow you to create a layout which suits you by allowing you to place the items towards the top of the screen that you are going to use, that you find that you use most frequently. So with a little bit of playing around, you can get a nice layout which makes everything convenient and accessible for you. Some of the widgets, such as getting started, you'll probably, after watching this video, you probably won't really need to have this widget here on the screen after that. So we can look at the screen options for turning off and on the various widgets on the dashboard home screen. So we just click this screen options dialog, and then we go to the widget that we want to turn off. We untick that, and that makes that widget disappear, which now frees up a lot more space for us to rearrange the widgets on the screen how we want them to be. Looking at the individual widgets, we'll have a look at the edit widget first. So simply by clicking on the widget icon, you will access that widgets page. The edit widget is a widget we have made which just gives you quick and easy access to the various things that you can edit on your website. You will see the edit website pages, edit templates, and edit navigation, and if you have an online store active, you will also see the ability to edit your products. Now, it might be at this point where you're thinking, hey, haven't I seen these items before earlier on in the video? And that's true. We had the ability to edit our pages, our products for those people who have an online store. Templates can be edited through the Elementor library, and navigation can be edited through the appearance and menus. But what this widget does is just gives you a quick way of accessing all of those options, because you can see over here the various things you can edit are located in different parts. So this is just a convenience and hopefully a way of making that simpler for you. You will also find that going back to the dashboard, and if we click the Unbranded guide over here, you will also see, just like there's multiple ways of accessing the ways you can edit your pages, there's multiple ways of accessing these widgets as well. So the edit widget here, which I clicked on, can also be clicked on by going to the quick edit icon in the Unbranded guide. That's true of all of these custom widgets that we've made here for you. Okay, now let's have a look at the Learn area. And point out what we're talking about before, you'll see that that's available under the training link over here in the left menu, or you can just click the learn icon on the dashboard home. Both of those links will take you to this page here, which is where you can see training videos in 3 different areas. So getting started is what we're watching now. There's a few videos in here which will grow over time, but for now we'll look at learning Elementor and learning WordPress. So Elementor, if we click on there, we will get access to all of the Elementor videos that we have up on your dashboard for you. Just to remind you, Elementor is the editor that you will be using to actually edit your site's pages. So it's probably the thing that you're going to use mostly in your dashboard. And we recommend that you watch these first 4 videos before starting. And then once you've watched these first 4 videos, you're pretty much ready to go in and do the basics of editing. There's more videos here, but really they're just designed to take things a little bit further. So once you've gone through the basics and you just want to discover a little bit more about what you can do with Elementor, come back and watch some of these videos. It's all pretty straightforward, it's all pretty simple, so you shouldn't have any problems with that. The WordPress videos will give you an overview of WordPress itself. These videos, there's a number of them here. They cover various aspects of WordPress, but really you probably won't need to watch most of them. If you are working with images, you're going to be adding images to your website, it's perhaps worth watching the media library video and maybe some of these other ones. Otherwise, if you're running a blog, we would recommend watching the pages versus posts video and perhaps adding new posts and categories as well. And also, if you're running a blog or there's some other reason why you're going to want to have users on your website, then we recommend that you watch this video as well to get an idea about how different user permissions work on WordPress. By saying users, we're not talking about people who are just coming to your website, we're talking about people who actually sign up on your website and have access to your dashboard. So there may be various reasons why you want to allow that, but for the most part, you may not want to have that feature at all. One thing about these videos is that when you watch them, you will notice that the appearance of the dashboard is a little bit different to what you've got here in your Unbranded Space subscription. That's because the videos use the default WordPress layout, whereas we've created our own custom layout. They're not that different, so really you shouldn't have any problem understanding the videos at all. On the dashboard home screen, we'll go and have a look at the design widget. The design widget is where you can request design work be done on your website. You'll find information about your designer, so every single website has a designer associated with it. You can get their contact details and you can also request design work. You can find out about the kind of design work that can be performed, and you can even request a cost estimate before the designer goes ahead and does a job. Back on the dashboard home again, next we'll have a look at the site tune-up widget. So similar to the design widget, this one allows you to request maintenance work be done on your website. By default, we do a lot of stuff automatically in terms of maintenance on your website, such as installing updates, making sure that your website is up by monitoring for downtime, also ensuring that your site remains secure. So what this is for is for when you need to request a little bit of something extra. And the reason you might want to do this is because you've been working on the website yourself by uploading some images or something, and you may notice that there's a slight slowdown or your images are taking a long time to load. So what we can do is we can go in there and optimize those images for you. You may also find that you've done a layout and it looks really nice on a desktop, but you just can't get it to look right on a mobile phone. So again, we can go in there and do a responsive optimization and making sure that your website looks great on phone as well as desktop. So if you want any of those services, you can just come in and fill in this form and click request tune up. Next up, we'll have a look at the domains widget. So the domains widget is where you can go in and manage your domain name, as well as check to see if you want to order another one. And you can also transfer domains over to Unbranded space. So by going into here, you should see your existing domain show up if that domain is being managed by Unbranded space. So you can view the details of your domain by clicking on the View Details option, and this will allow you to go in and make sure that the registration details are correct for your domain. And if they do need to change, you can just simply amend those settings and click the Submit button, and we'll go ahead and register those changes for you with the domain registrar. If you want to transfer a domain, so you've got a domain with another registrar, you can transfer over to Unbranded space, and we will manage that for you, which just makes it more convenient because you can we can bill you for that domain, and so that you're paying for all of your web services with just one organization. So just simply fill in this form. You'll need to request your domain password from your existing registrar. Otherwise, it's just filling in all of your information, which we will update when we transfer the domain over. And finally, you can register new domains. So first of all, you need to check that the domain is available. So I'm just going to type in something random here that I know will be available. Not that I would ever want to use it, but I'll just check that that's available. And yes, that is available. So I can go ahead and now order that domain. And so again, just fill in the order form with your details, and we will go ahead and order that domain for you, and we'll invoice you accordingly once the domain has been registered. You will see over here in our price list and also in our drop down that we only have .com and .au domains available. We are able to register additional domains for you, but for businesses we recommend that you always look at these two, and really other domains, domain types, you'll only need them for specific purposes. But if you do want one, then just fill in a request for the domain you want, and we can get back to you with some pricing. Looking at email now, clicking on the email widget will take you to your email manager. And in your email manager, this is where you can create and edit your email accounts. Of the remaining widgets that are in your dashboard home, we have the support widget, and this just takes you to your support screen, which we accessed earlier by using the support menu items in our left admin menu. It's no different, it's just another way of getting to that particular part of your website, so it's there as a quick link to your support. You will also see some other widgets on your dashboard, but what you see will vary now on what plugins that you have installed. So for example, here we have the Google Analytics plugin, and we also have the WooCommerce plugin and a few others. Now, you will not see some of these others unless you actually have those associated plugins installed. So for example, WooCommerce will not be visible to you if you're not running an online store. The one that you probably will see, that most people will have access to, is the statistics. So this is your Google Analytics. Again, just a very quick look at your analytics stats. If you want to look at that in more detail, you just click the See All Stats button, and this takes us to this page which we saw earlier in the video, which gives you a slightly more in-depth view of your Google Analytics. And then if you want to get even further, you can visit your Google Analytics website to look at your data in greater detail. That's it for the dashboard homepage and the dashboard in general. Keep an eye on the dashboard homepage, because as we introduce new widgets, you will be able to access them from here, and you will most likely also see a link to them under the Unbranded Guide menu. If we install a plugin for you and that plugin has a widget, then you will also see that widget show up over here in this screen. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and feel free to move on to the next video in the Getting Started series, where we'll look at editing pages.